What's going on, family? It's Brother Coasty at IALLG.com, where we're always building bridges within to explore the world without. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video and this channel. Let's get on with today's topic, shall we? Today's topic is all about the difference in the power within your mind. Being loud. Let's talk about being loud. Some people will shy away from being loud. Some people will shy away from being the light in the room. And I like to think that sometimes they're doing this because they don't want to step on any toes. And sometimes they're doing this because they're not aware of the power that they have within. And some people want to be the light, and some people want to be the center of attention. And sometimes it's because they're compensating. So I want to dig in on this a little bit, right? And when I say loud, I don't always mean, with your voice, like, hello, everybody, but more so with your energy and your presence within the world. This is extremely important to understand how being loud and the way that you express how loud you are and how it comes across to certain people and how it can come across to people and really what you're saying to yourself when you're being loud. Guess what, family? You can be silent and be loud at the same time. And I'm going to tell you the difference between the two. I'm going to tell you really how you kind of marry those together. A lot of people are loud because they boast about who and what they think they are or the image that they're attempting to portray and give to the world. Some people go around and say, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. And they have the need to keep telling and announcing what they are. And I'm going to let you know, being comfortable is a lot louder than being confident. One more time, because I hope you caught that. Being comfortable is a lot louder than being confident. So check this out. You will always notice the person that is comfortable in their own skin. In fact, more often than not, whether you recognize it or not, you gravitate towards those people. They sit comfortably in their skin. They sit comfortably in their lane. They don't have to tell anybody about their lane. They don't have to tell anybody any of that stuff. You often accept those people too. But the confident person rather, sometimes they can step on toes. Sometimes they can take up too much space in space that's not needed, especially for them. And for whatever reason, certain people gravitate to wanting to take up space. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. And while there's nothing wrong with that, you have to begin to analyze the reasoning behind those pursuits. Are you attempting to do those things? Are you attempting to be loud and take up space because you're trying to posture and position yourself as something that you're not? Or are you doing that because you think you need that space? And I'm going to just let you know, the more comfortable you get, the less space you need to take up. And I have to give a caveat as always, but when I say the less space you need to take up, it's not a forceful thing when you're taking up space. Sometimes it's just your presence. It's the energy that you carry. And I'm going to let you know again, comfortability is louder than confidence. When you're comfortable in your skin, you take up space that is needed for you. And whether that's a little bit or a lot, it doesn't matter. That's just your presence. I know you've seen these people or you've experienced somebody like this who doesn't say much, but when they do speak, you listen intensely. You're listening to every word they say and you zone in and hone in on what they're talking about. That's the difference between being comfortable and being confident. The confident person, I got to keep giving the quotations because, to be honest with you, more often than not, the real confident people, they're quiet unless they're in a position where they have to speak or they must speak. But most confident people are actually quite quiet. And the people that are usually loud and boisterous, it's not that they're not confident, but when they do it, and that is just their natural inclination, sometimes that's a sign of an imbalance or a sign of compensation. Now, if you find that you fall into that category, I'm not attacking you, I'm not, slugging at you. You might just be, the voice. You might just be the box. That's fine if you're comfortable doing that kind of stuff. But some people aren't comfortable with silence. And this is a big thing. Some people are not comfortable with silence, and that's why they continue to speak. That's why they continue to talk. That's why comfortable is louder than confidence. Have you ever gotten into negotiations? Have you ever had to sell anything? One of the most powerful things that you can do is be quiet and let the other person speak. It's very loud. It's very loud being quiet. It's very loud just sitting and being. And I'm going to tell you why. Because people want to know what you're thinking. People want to peer inside your head, inside your mind. You know why? Because the comfortable person is not seeking validation. They have enough validation. And typically the talker, the speaker, the loud, confident person, they are wanting validation. That's why they're taking up space. That's why the silent person, the more comfortable person, is louder, because their words actually carry weight, because their words are validated by themselves. Some people will speak so that other people will validate their words. It's very important, everybody. And I want y'all to really zone in and drill in on this and really apply it and eat these nuggets, because this can save you a lot of heartache. This can save you face. And it can impact the way that you go out into life when you understand that comfortable is more loud than confidence. I want to dig in on comfortability as well. You don't always, nor really ever, have to explain what you're doing, as long as it pertains to you. You know, if you're dealing with somebody else's stuff, yeah, you need to definitely explain why you're doing what you're doing. But for the sake of this conversation, you don't have to explain your reasoning behind your decisions for yourself. If you choose to say no, you don't have to answer if somebody says why. If somebody says, come on, you don't have to respond. You got to recognize you don't always need to respond. You don't have to say anything. You can just be. This is being comfortable in yourself, with yourself. Being comfortable is all about understanding that some things come and some things go, but regardless, you're good with where you're at right now. This is not the same as being content, but being comfortable is just recognizing. Sometimes being content is like, I don't want any more. Being comfortable is saying, if you give me more, I'm good with it. But if you don't, I'm good with it as well. Recognizes everybody. Comfortable. Excuse me. So I want to take us just a little bit to the side, and it goes hand in hand. Learn to be assertive, but not inserting. Okay? Learn to be assertive, but not inserting. What do I mean by that, right? You don't have to be in the mix all the time. Okay? Sometimes people insert themselves into conversation, situations, plans, all these things. And that's why oftentimes they feel uncomfortable, because they know they don't belong. They can feel the energy in the room. But they're so bent on being seen, being validated, being heard, that they insert themselves where they don't belong. Look, you don't have to always be in the mix, because you're not always an ingredient. Hope y'all caught that. Hope you caught it. You don't always have to be in the mix, because you're not always an ingredient. Being assertive is stating your boundaries. Being assertive is speaking up when you need to speak. Okay? Being assertive is a recognition that you're okay if you don't get included, because not everything is meant for you. You know, you can assert your position in something, and if your needs are not met in that situation, guess what you have the ability to do? You have the ability to leave. You don't have to stay inserted in there, but you assert what you are requiring. You state what you're requiring, but you don't force anybody to adapt to you. Right? So I would say being comfortable and being assertive, they kind of go hand in hand. I don't say they do. They go hand in hand. They are a package deal. You got to be comfortable by yourself. You got to be comfortable with people saying no. And it can't take you off your square. It can't take you off your space. It cannot take you off your balance. I want to just mention that to you all, and I want those to kind of ruminate through your mind, and replay this if you feel like you need to, or share it with somebody who might need to hear this, because these are rules for life. These are mindsets for life, and once you really You got to transcend the words that are coming out of my mouth. These are all concepts. And, we can use a variety of different words, but these are concepts that will help you elevate your life and your dealings with other people. Assertive versus insertive, and comfortable versus confidence. All right? You want to be comfortable, and you want to be assertive. And those two together will produce the aura, the energy of confidence, and you don't have to force it. And you'll often find that when you're comfortable and assertive, you will always get inserted without having to force that, because people will begin to rely on you because you are an energy source of validation and you hold space. Your words hold value. All right. So family, as always, as we're working through this, as we're all growing, as we're all developing, if you feel like you need more help, if you feel like you want that one-on-one guidance, or you want to join a group or a community that you feel supported in, that will help you figure out what your limiting beliefs are and also help you establish what your own values are, I want you to visit the website IALLG.com and just check it out. See if you vibe with the flow of it. And from there, you can always either book a call. You can download some of the free content that I have. It's a lot of free stuff coming soon. I'm actually in the middle of building the site right now. You see my whole mood change because I'm excited about that. There's some stuff that's going on the site right now. And when it's done, you'll get a ton of free value, because I like giving out free value. I like giving out things that'll help you grow and you evolve. And me as a person, my role, my mission, my guide, or what I'm here to do is a guide and as a mentor. Right? I'm for the people that need the one-on-ones. Sometimes people need their hands held, and it's not a bad thing. That's just how some people learn. And it's important for you to recognize how you learn best. That's another rule for life, and that's going to be a whole other episode. But it's important to understand how you learn and to embrace how you learn, and then seek the proper help so that you can learn the things that you need to learn so that you can progress in life. With that being said, this is Brother 𝐁𝐫𝐶 at IALLG.com. We're always building bridges within to explore the world without. Peace.